Hello, hello, hello. Hello, friend. So I'm going to do a somatic inquiry practice. And today, the plan is surrender. It's the Hanged Man, right? The Hanged Man tarot card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So sometimes people think of the Hanged Man as being like a problem. But we can also find it as a place to relax and let go, a place where if I'm in my hanged man position and I try to grab and try to fight what's going on, I'm only going to get tighter into my position. So this invitation is to actually let go of doing anything. It's also kind of Taoist, right? Let go, do nothing, just be in the flow. So coming into like my training from Lava movement analysis, this also connects back into shape flow, right? When we're really in shape flow, we're allowing, we're in a place of allowing, not forcing, right? So that's the big difference. When I'm in this idea of hangman, it's not that I can't do anything or can't allow things to happen. It's that I'm not trying to force it. I'm not trying to grasp it. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not trying to affect it in any way that isn't just naturally arising. So I'm going to start laying down, coming onto my back on the floor. And you can do all of this in any way that feels good to you. You could do it seated, laying down, in a bed. Don't do it while you're driving. That's probably a good rule to have about most things. Just drive when you're driving. But you can do this in many different ways. You can even have these kind of practices while you're walking. So I'm going to just come in for a landing into my body, inviting you to come in for a landing into your own body, letting yourself drop into gravity so that with gravity you can surrender. You're not going to fall off the earth. You're right here. And you can kind of imagine that you're imprinting yourself on the floor so that you're not trying to lift yourself up or hold yourself up or pick anything up, but you're just letting go, dropping down, dropping in. And the invitation is really to drop into sensation in your body. So, what can I feel immediately? I can feel this carpet underneath my body, which is, I think it's like wool and silk. It might be more wool. It's a little bit scratchy. And I can feel the hardness of the wood floor under parts of my body, like this hand. And I can feel the movement of my own body, my breath. I'm doing micro movement because it feels good. So it's like I'm inviting my body to come into this natural sense of flow. We could think that we're just dropping into the river and then becoming part of the river. And what is the river? The river is just being in the stream of existence, right? Being with the what is without having to change, fix, tinker with, but allowing any kind of interesting stuff to come up that's coming up for you. And so it's almost like it bubbles up from the well of your nervous system, maybe from the well of your subconscious, maybe from the well of your heartbeat or your lymphatic system, your lymphatic flow, or your cerebrospinal fluid. Maybe it's coming into the density of your bones. And again, with the bones, we can really sense gravity. Bones, most dense thing in our body, except for our teeth, right? Our teeth are the hardest part of our body. So thinking of bones as being more porous than teeth. And also fluid filled, there's marrow in there. So we're tuning into the aliveness of our body. And as we start to focus in on sensation, maybe we can feel the rise and fall of our breath. As soon as I go down onto the floor and start coming into this flow of being, all sorts of things start to arise, like really delicious head tail wriggly movement can come in. I can feel my breath rising and falling, growing and shrinking. And I don't have to do anything. It's going to happen whether I'm trying or not trying. So we're letting go of the trying. We're simply laying into the allowing the softness of your animal body to express in whatever ways feel delicious. So there may be some nudging, some gentle prodding or pulling on the inside just to get some movement to happen. But after a while, when you've spent time in these practices, it'll just start to arrive by itself. So, and it's not like, oh my God, this thing started happening. I had no control over my body. It's not like that at all. It's more like you're in this dance and you're simply allowing it without the need to change or fix, just surrendering into what is. No struggling, no fighting with, just being present with and noticing whatever's arising. If uncomfortable things do come up and you don't feel like you have the capacity to allow them to move through you or to sort of address them, and when I say address them, I mean allow them to move through you, allow your body to experience them. So if things come up and you feel like, I don't have the support, I can't do this, just get up and walk around. Do something different. Take a break. Have a sip of water. So we're going to play with the theta breath. And the theta breath is a soft hiss, like steam gently releasing from a radiator. Allowing your body to take as long as it wants to with that exhale. Inhale whenever necessary. The invitation is to just really slow down. You could almost think of it like letting the air out of an air mattress. And as the air goes out, the air mattress settles closer and closer to the floor. You are the air mattress. With a very relaxed, easy, comfortable deflation, right? Filling at the lungs and then you're allowing the movement, if there's movement, which there is, even if you feel like you're being still, there'll be the movement of the fluids in your body and the breath. But if you are adding to it with micro movement or macro movement, just allowing that movement to sort of filter the river of your being. So it's like the movement is there to soften whatever tensions are in there. And with movement, we can notice more. And if you feel like you have a plan for your movement or you're choreographing something or you are making out this whole pattern, let go of that and just come into the I don't know. There's no need to analyze this. We're not fixing anything. We're just being present with ourselves in our body, in our sensation, in our breath. Is it okay to breathe, to be in your breath without controlling it, just letting it happen? Or the control is just doing that theta breath. allowing the fluid nature of your body to flow, to have this aliveness, right? So that if there are parts that are kind of stuck, just notice where they are. Just noticing, there's a little stuck spot right there, or there's something that I'm really holding on to, something I just don't feel like I can let go of. And you can just imagine that whatever that is, like if this is you holding on to something, what if you just slowly let that hand open up or slowly let that tension release? So we're not forcing it to release, we're allowing it to let go. Because holding on to something takes energy, takes a certain energy. And in taking our energy, it's also blocking other energy. So we want to become surrendered, letting go of the grip, letting go of the holding. Breathing and softening into that. So let's do some ha's and oohs and making some sounds, letting our bodies and the tissue and the fluids and the air, so the earth part of our body, the air part of our body, the water part of our body, the fire, our spirit, letting this all just kind of come together in whatever kind of dance feels good, with some sounding. Ooh. Without even having a plan for what's going to come out of your mouth, just let it come out. Without trying to sound good, without judging whatever's coming out, and just be like, oh, that's what's happening. That's what this is. This is what this is. Without even necessarily having a name for it. So it's not to say that no tension will move through your body, that you won't engage a muscle or something won't happen. You're just allowing it to keep moving so it doesn't get stuck there. So if there's some pushing or some pulling, if there's some activity happening, that's okay too. You can allow that. Let go of the need to control it and force it into something different, and just allow your body to have its own expressions. It's sometimes we'd say unwinding the nervous system, and it's like you're letting whatever things have been sort of gripped and clenched and like stuck in there, you're just allowing them a little freedom in whatever way feels interesting. Ideally, not making a plan, but just being really present to what's arising. And when we feel deeply into that, it may be more surprising when you just go in. So let's just play inside for a few minutes and I will be quiet. Just going in. I think I'm going to add music. Oh, I don't know if I can. This isn't a share screen situation, so I'm not going to add music. It's just going to be what it is. Bringing your awareness into the living quality of being, right? We're alive and present in this moment in our bodies, feeling into that, allowing our awareness to be the main thing here, right? Oh, we're just dancing in awareness, playing in awareness, noticing. And maybe it's very broad and expansive, and maybe it's very pinpointed and local. Yeah, so being in the acceptance is not that nothing's happening or that you just have to lay there like nothing with nothing. It can also just be being present with what is happening without the need to speed it up or push it aside. Giving your body this opportunity to sort of process without you having to do it, right? Your body can just do it. You can listen in and allow. You can't force it. You cannot force your body to process. It's all about letting go. So coming into that flow that is really being present in the flow of life. There's no struggle, nothing to fight against, no one to control. So that's that. That's a little baby practice, and I'm going to end that there.